just like the idea of that elliptical pounding while I'm on it. It would come through the floor here, or just like people would be like, "What the fuck is going on up there?"
Not to completely change subjects, but in mentioning your new place again, did you really shit on a plumber?
Oh, I don't know. I think they got out of the way. I think they dodged it.
I was dying at the thought of you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop a deuce," and you did, and then you heard somebody coming stomping up the steps.
Yeah, dropping a deuce is not out of the ordinary if it's in your own toilet. That's where I was, I didn't know that they were working on piping down in the floor at the tattoo shop below me.
Could you imagine, man, being the plumber?
They said that they got out of the way in time, and I'm like, thank fuck. I didn't even really realize on day one because I did it 2 days in a row.
They still got to clean it up.
I did it 2 days in a row. I didn't pee, or I didn't poop on day 2. I only peed day 2, but he said, I got out of the day 2. He goes, I got out of the way in time. I hope they got out of the way in time day 1. I didn't hear that. Like, it's not my fault, regardless.
No, it's not. It's just I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Even if they got out of the way, they still had to take care of what I know. At that point, if I'm in the plumbing world, I'm like, this is not worth it. I'm not doing this.
It's got to be really weird to just if I sat and wonder how my poop looked, because if it looked weird, they saw my poop. Was it weird? Was it weird looking?
Can anybody verify? Did my poop look normal? Is it comparable to others?
I'm sure they didn't look at it.
Were you worried about size?
No.
Guys always worry about size.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about not talking about pooping anymore. Oh, I don't really care.
Yeah, sorry I took that down the path of the podcast. But
dude, look who you're talking to.
Well, I watched you tell this story, and I'm like, how much of this is amplified? But to me, it sounds like none of it at all is amplified.
No, I didn't know. I didn't make up anything. I swear.
God, dude.
No, it was fucking. I felt genuine, but then again, I almost did it again because I gotta pee. So I just peed and I was like, I'm not gonna flush it. But then my stupid fucking brain was like,
instant flush.
And I pulled my hand away and I made a sign. I gorilla taped that fucking thing with Sharpie, and I was like, do not flush. So, gorilla taped it over the handle.
To me, I feel like the hardest part of that whole situation was making eye contact with this man after it happened. Like, having to look him in the eyes, knowing he just experienced his Vietnam. And now you're looking him dead in the eyes, dude.
Personal shitty war.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, no. I didn't really think about that, but his was very wide-eyed.
I'm sure.
He was like, did you just flush the
toilet? It was the cat.
I was like, yeah.
You can blame the cat.
On the second time, the fucking guy, I heard him coming up again, and I opened the door and met him right as he was coming in to knock, and I was like, hey, I know just why you're coming up here. Sorry about that.
Are they going to give you a notice in the future if there's plumbing work going on?
Oh, well, some kind of notice. It's either going to be in the text form, an email form, or the fucking form of some guy running up the fucking stairs to knock on the door to say, don't do that again.
What the hell? Everything!